So how can I have a faith that actively respects everyone? I want to love what God loves. I want to hate what God hates. I want to love what God loves. I want to hate what God hates. Jesus has always had a clear mission. Jesus came into a broken, divided world with a mission of healing, wholeness, and unity. And if we have chosen Jesus as the leader, the number one in our lives, then we are also a part of Jesus' mission for wholeness, healing, and unity. That's what it would look like to live on the Jesus mission. And in recent months, it has been highlighted the serious pain our Black brothers and sisters have been going through for hundreds of years and are still going through. And it's wrong. It must end. Racism is a sin from the pits of hell. And the Bible is clear on that. And Jesus is clear on that. So for those of us who have chosen Jesus, we're standing here in 2020 thinking, how can I be a part of the solution? How can I be a part of Jesus' mission practically? I recently had a conversation with one of my friends who is so passionate about being on the Jesus mission. And she said to me, there's so many things I know I need to learn. There's so many things I didn't know. I want to be part of the solution. But then she said, but there's so many things to do online. There's so many lists of books, list of documentaries, things to sign, things to fund, all these conversations I'm going to have, all these people I'm going to have to apologize to. And I said to her, which one have you done? And she said, none of them. I am overwhelmed. And maybe you have felt that way in these past few months. And church, I don't want us to be a church that is so overwhelmed by the various things to do that we don't do one thing. So how can I have a faith that actively respects everyone? I need to find my starting point. I need to find my starting point. And my starting point may not be your starting point. And it might not be the same starting point as the person next to you needs to start where theirs are. But I'm telling you right now, we need to have grace for each other. We need to have grace for ourselves. But we do all need our starting point. Maybe the starting point for you today is that you are going to look at the resources in our church app. I put a specific amount of resources in our church app that are great resources to start at. There's a couple books, there's a video, great places to start at. Maybe your starting point is committing today, I'm going to commit to accessing one of these things this month. Maybe your starting point is that you're going to text a friend right now and say, will you go on this journey with me? Maybe having a partner with you or a friend on this journey would help you be more accountable. Maybe your starting point is getting a friend and saying, will you go through this book with me? Or maybe your starting point is sitting with your family right now, right after this talk, sitting with your family and saying, okay guys, family meeting, do we have any questions about racism? Do we have any questions about what's happening in our world? Do we have any questions about our history of our nation and our family? Maybe that is your starting point. And speaking of family meetings, I want to speak to our church family right now. If you're visiting, I'm so glad that you're here. We're so glad that you're visiting us online or on the podcast. But really quick, I want to have a family meeting and talk to our church network. I know that our church network is filled with many beautiful families from all over the world. We have so many incredible families from all over Asia, all over the Philippines, all over Latin America and Central America, all throughout Mexico, come on somebody, and South America, all throughout the Caribbean, Africa, the Middle East, all throughout Europe, and all throughout Australia. We have family from all over the globe here in our church network. And depending on when your family came to this country, whether you're first generation, second, third, fourth, fifth generation, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth generation, we all come with our own lenses and our own experiences. And I know for many of us, because of the many different conversations I've had throughout our network these past few weeks, I know many of us are wondering, am I even a part of this conversation? So I just want to encourage you, as your third generation Chinese sister, as one of your pastors, I want to encourage our church family. No matter where we're from, or when our family came to this country, 100% of us can be a part of the solution.